It's been nothing but sure Gambit are worth being in this tournament, and that is apparently so, right? The best team in the world at this moment. The first map went an absolute distance between Navi and Gambit. The Dust 2 pick from Navi went against them, and this time around we are facing the match on Ancient, which is quite an uncertain territory, I should say, even though it's been played quite a lot already, but still not enough to compare it with Dust 2 or any other maps like that. So Ancient, well, Navi, I feel like they have a chance to snatch it out. Of course, we saw them broke against FaZe Clan as their first matchup of this tournament, and that didn't bode well. And now this is Gambit's pick. I do wonder how well they are prepared for this one. They've been also no slouch on a map like Ancient for sure. A quick trade towards the funnel area. That's going to force Boomish to reside on a spare couch in this round. 4-on-4. Navi started off on the city side. And they are already into an equalized situation. Gambit are being forced into the B-bomb side every bit closer. XL in the meantime getting the frag with a P250. Nicely done as they get their feet onto the B-bomb set, about to plant the bomb down. A Hobbit carrying it over. NAVI goes in with the frag. Here comes another, and that is Inchers dropping the last player alive. Ooh, so you can see their coach very energized about that. Very energized of what has just been done by Gambit. A very nice pistol run indeed. They do open the round with the first frag, but then Navi retraded. Or rather, it was Navi to get the first frag, and Gambit traded instantly. Oh my lord, he's getting a little bit flexy, so to speak. Gambit are on fire right now. Will be so energized after that pistol round picked up, but you've got to be careful. There is Bit. Also, having presence of mind with the Deagle. He's straight up there and picks up an AK-47 as well. That is Perfecto connecting another frag over the other side of the map as well. That is going not well for Gambit at all. They've picked up the pistol round, and now Navi are just 3 frags away from tying this up. Oh my god, NAVI is going to be dropped for sure. Even if he gets the frag, it's still going to be no trade. No one close from Gambit to help him out. It is all purification around the place. Gambit lose 4 players, leaving only Inchers, the only man to stroll around the area. He's going to go up the ramp, but there is hardly any chance for him to pull back. He's going to be tagged down to 54 HP. It is just a matter of how many frags he can do. He's up to 1. Maybe the second is going to be a possibility, but no. The answer has been given the opposite. Just like that. Navi tie up the scoreline. That is an absolute calamity that happened to Gambit, right? You are getting the pistol round. You are so energized. You can read that from the web camera of the players. That is also very important to have your first pistol round locked in on Ancient, especially on the T side, as you rush all of the choke points. But this time around, I mean, the second round kicks in, and Navi find an edge, a very huge one. Bit with the first opening, and that all falls apart for Gambit. They just don't know how to piece this one back, and losing 1 by 1 seemed to be the name of the game in the previous round. Now we are into third. With 2 of the players pointed forward. 2 more to join the pack, and they will instantly locate their feet on the A-bomb site. Bomb should be planted down, but that has been dropped. But the teammate Bit with a nice parade down. Only good for 1. That could have been the second as well. As Simple comes out of the smoke. He's denied the bomb, but Dangerous gets the frag of his own. Electronic, in the meantime, will take advantage of his own smoke as well. Gotta get the frag. Dangerous gives another attempt to shut him down, but there's a bit of a tall task for him to do that. No bomb plant for Gambit will be achieved. Navi, as soon as Dangerous tries to tap it onto the floor, That's gonna be instantly seen and shut down by Navi. Here comes the lead. Boomich steaming, vaping. Navi are having a lot of steam, a lot of that on Ancient. It seems Gambit. It just feels like they don't know what to do, right? After they won out the pistol rounds, they lost the first player offensive, and then that all went down to almost a landslide. You can name it that way. Now they are having all 5 clocks across the board. Simple, just willing to farm out some cash. He's gonna drop the first player down and also finds the bomb. Information plus money, all things combined, that will be considered. And this should be a clean sweep of Gambit players. Navi pick up the third, and wow, 2-round lead already. Of course, this is gonna be a full buy coming up next. Gambit were trying to go for the bomb plant in the round before the previous. If they had done it, that would have been a buy round already. But because that wasn't an option caught by them, that wasn't a mission accomplished, Navi managed to pick up the third with ease. And now, against a full buy, they go. Gambit, how are they willing to set up their offensive? Early smokes by Navi to block off their access to either of the sites. Boomich up close will be keeping that position at bay. Does confirm nobody's coming through that. But once the smoke dissipates, I wonder if it's going to be refreshed. No, instead he backs off to his teammate Perfecto. They will join together and reinforce the B-bomb side to defend. Still quite uncertain of where Gambit want to navigate themselves, but this could be, oh my lord, that could have been a very nice opening for a bit indeed. Simple watches up close with an AWP, pulls off the trigger. Perfecto as well on the B-bomb side, shatters another player down, and this goes, well, this goes very well for Navi. I was going to say that the bomb was landed in the T-spawn, so Gambit were unsure of where their plans would be going at that point in time. But now it is already clear. They are trying to touch their hands onto the B-bomb side, but that is all dwindling. Their chances to win out this round are yawning to 0. That's definitely the case. A nice flashbang, but Chiro misses his mark. He misses his spray down to the limit. And these are the frags favoring Navi in this one as well. This goes very fine. Very balanced. Very methodical for Navi. They just wait for Gambit to pick in. They don't make any aggression. They don't make any mistake that could give Gambit a possibility to capitalize on. They just force him out of position easily, just as that. Gambit, I mean, I think the problem is that they are falling into pieces very early in the round. They are losing quite a lot of components, and this just becomes a huge challenge for them to piece something together over the B-bomb site, or basically any part of the map they are executing. When you are 3 against 5, it is not an easy task at all. Boomich holds his ground. He's gonna take the first down straight before the lane. Two of the Gambit player experienced their deaths. Shiro does manage to recover an AK-47, but the problem is they don't have 80 armor. Okay, there is one onto Inter, so if that will be dropped over to him, maybe a difference maker is on the line. But I'm still not that sure about that. He gets the kill with the Deagle, which is a very vital one. Hobbit is trying to get a boost over that position. Oh my god. Boomich had a read on that. He heard some stabs by Hobbit right there, but luckily this doesn't go either way. 3 versus 3. An equalized situation, but a better position for Navi considering the armory. Two of the Gambit players lack their armor. They're totally naked. This is going to be an attempt, a desperate one, for Gambit to plant the bomb down, and that will be all denied. Navi stand their ground and do make sure it is nowhere to be found by Gambit. Hobbit as well falls in the end. He knows he has nothing to save. He's going to sacrifice his life. Otherwise, he would get no money at all going into the next round. So that is a very nice game unfolding here for Navi. They've racked up 4-round defense already. They are on fire. You can see them having a streak of rounds. Just 5 in a row. After Gambit won out the pistol round, nothing more. And it is just a shame to recall that celebration by Gambit and realizing that, guys, you should not have celebrated that early. That was definitely an early celebration by them. A taste of your own medicine. Now Navi are legally able to celebrate what they are up to right now. Another frag, another player deployed out of the server. That's by Boomich. He's been occupying this position a couple of times already. An unbiddable holder over that side of the map. He's finding a lot of success right there. I should give credit to him. And even if it's not a kill, it is a lot of ground. It is a lot of space taken. And a lot of information as well. So, Boomich is playing a very key role. He's also having 8 kills so far. Which is very nice indeed. Oh, he's hiding behind the smoke. Oh my god, Hobbit has got no idea about that. But the problem is that the smoke dissipates. And what Boomich is going to do? Don't think he's going to be able... Oh, he is, in fact. I thought Hobbit would have had that advantage after that smoke dissipated. Because it is way easier to transfer your aim onto the right corner rather than an off angle. That's my personal view. I've played CS quite a lot, and sometimes it just feels that way, that the player standing in the corner is going to be shot down for sure. Or at least maybe not for sure, but in most of the cases, he's not favored against a player standing in the off angle. Okay, first tactical pause taken out by Gambit. That has to come through. This is their map pick, and they are not having any aces pulled out of their sleeve. Navi, it is all them, left and right, firing all of the frags. You can see Gambit's economy, I mean, it's not feeling that good. They are going for a partial buy right here. Will be gravitating towards planting the bomb down, I believe. A set of Tech 9s, 1 Mac 10 and P250. Some utility present as well. It's going to be a fast take on the B-bomb side as well. Perfecto tries to hold his ground. He's going to fall after getting the first frag. Electronic still alive behind the wall. Gambit are indeed shattering this all down. They've swarmed the B-bomb side with their presence, and now this works out very nice. But Simple gets 2 frags, which makes it very, very much easier for Boomich to operate in this one. But Hobbit is getting ability potential. He will peek out and lines up the frag he needs. Gambit are on the second. This is a very vital round. Basically out of nothing, Navi got caught off guard. And I also like the change of pace for Gambit. I mean, they've said, guys, we've been going very slow and methodical in the past couple of rounds, basically throughout our entire game, except for the pistol round, because in the pistol round they were quite explosive. But we've been going quite slow overall, and Navi got used to that kind of a play style. So why not we change our pace straight away? And this works out, even with worse weapons. They had only Mac 10s and Tech 9s, but these are the very good weapons for the job like that. You roll into the B-bomb side, you're having a bigger advantage over the cities because of the close range potential on the B-bomb side compared to A. Because on A, there is normally an AWP standing behind the boxes, which can line you up. And B is definitely a more viable option in that sense. If you're playing on the T side and willing to pay off that force by NAVI about to pick into the crosshair of Simple. Oh, he's going to flick it out. He's considering that. He sees the lags of NAVI, and he's gonna pull off the trigger in time. NAVI with the first opening yet again. It's been them getting those first openings a couple of times already. They've been dominating in terms of that, which is very crucial. I mean, these openings seems to throw Gambit away. They seem to throw them onto a conversation reel where they don't quite know what to do. But Hobbit catches Electronic, who goes for excessive aggro, and this is going to be another frag. Boomich on top of the box. Not a very common spot to be in, but this works out. Exile takes Bit off as well. From the low range, it connects, and he pushes straight to the molly. He doesn't wait any second before it burns out. Yeah, this is a massive round by Gambit as well. This will not quite get the economy of NAVI into a spiral, but definitely damage it a little bit. So if they pick up one more consecutive round, this is where the nerves will start being tickled for NAVI. 6-2, and as the bomb explodes, this will be the count of rounds rise to 3. Changed by the game as programmed. Shiro goes down to the bomb explosion, but that's not going to hurt. 3 players still alive for the Gambit side. Yeah, it was all thanks to Hobbit, really. He's done a hell of a lot. 2 frags, but these were very important ones. He's actually the only player who's on fire around the server. He's having 7 kills. Of course, you normally expect Shiro to step up with an AWP. Now he has that big brain, and we'll see if it's going to be the case. Oh no, Perfecto. Again, aggression. This works out well for Gambit. NAVI. They started going for aggression a couple of times. I mean, Electronic in the previous round, after they got the first opening, and then this time around Perfecto. Oh my god, he has no clue about Hobbit up close, and that's gonna yield in a frag. Hobbit again, causing a lot of blood over the place. He's down 3 kills in this round. This guy is unbeatable. Somebody stop him. He's off the rails. He's seating something abnormal over the B-bomb side, over the whole map. It's going to be an easy access for Shior to get the bomb down. Hobbit, he's the player they reckon on right now, but it cannot last for too long. It has to be somebody else delivering as well. I mean, Shiro is only on 1 frag. I don't think that's gonna last for too long. I'm still pretty sure he will be able to get a bit more in this game before we close out the first half. So 1 frag is not the final statement. NAVI will go for yet another save. They did manage to do so in the previous run as well, which made their economy slightly better. Now they will be going for yet another buy. And for Gambit, the main purpose right now, if they pick up a couple of more consecutive rounds, and most importantly, deny those saving players, not allow them to bring any more weapons into the next round, force them to rebuy, empty their caches from all of the players. This is going to be a tie for Gambit. So if they pick up this round, sure thing, NAVI will be put onto economy distress. It will be the case, undoubtedly so. 4-6. Boomich is going for the aggression, is pushed all the way through. Hobbit is about to be shut down. Oh my god, they are so heavily bruised, but Boomich receives even more. He's standing on 33 HP. In the meantime, the rest of the players will be coming onto the A-bomb side. They are sprawling in. Hobbit rotating back all the way from the T-spawn. But they should not be worried about that. There's going to be spray down. Oh no, the bomb does not go through. It's not planted. Not a post-plant scenario nearby. And oh my god, Bit as well. Climbing on top of the edge. will be lining up. Sheer up there. NAVI falls as well. This looks to be a recovery from NAVI the 7th. Oh my god, that looked to be a very secure bomb plan, but then sprayed down through the smoke by 2 of the members. One from Cave and the second. Oh my god, simple as well. I mean, the electronic with a spray down like that. I think it was... Yeah, it was combined with Bit over... Yeah, it was combined with Bit upon the first frag, I guess. Okie dokie. This game goes pretty well for NAVI. If they want to get into the third map, they really have to rely on Ancient. They are not able to just let this one slip by their fingers. Hobbit is... Oh my god, he's on 1 HP. Surprisingly, he's still alive in this round. And imagine he gets one more frag. That's going to be huge. Perfecto had a really good chance to close him out. Now they are grouping up there. Flashbang deployed, and that's going to be a frag by Hobbit. Oh my god. How dare you are to go for the impact like that. He's done enough. But the question remains the same. Can 2 of the last members step up as well? These are Shiro and Exile. Exile comes in front of the back. He's going to take down Bit and open the access to the A-bomb side. That's going to be a good way to plant the bomb down. Electronic comes in, tries to make a difference, but Shiro pulls off the trigger and closes him down with an AWP. This is quite a good push by Boomich in the beginning by Hobbit. The fact that he got one more kill with 1 HP. Perfecto had his first chance to close him out as he was jumping on top of the box. He saw a glimpse of his buddy. But unfortunately, that was not enough. Simple is a little bit tired. It looks like he's exhausted. He doesn't understand how this one goes against them. In the previous round, it looked to be theirs by many means. The first frag by Boomich, then Perfecto having a really good chance to pick up Hobbit, who had only 1 HP. Yeah. Can you imagine this map goes the distance as well, just as we saw on the first map of Dust 2. A little bit approaching this angle ever a bit closer. He's having a read on that. He will get the frag, but Simple stands in the middle. Unfortunately, he's only good for 1 because he's too exposed, and Shiro does ensure he's already buried to the ground. Simple out of the game, 3 on 4. This hasn't come down to a post-plant scenario, but NAVI is on his way to pick up the bomb. That's going to be lying in his hands. And down they slow. Straight to the right side of the map they go. And looks like their final destination is going to be located on the B-bomb site. Hobbit coming in from the lane. So does Exile behind him. He's about to join his teammate. And this execute looks to be done all the way through the ramp. A couple of smokes will be lined up. Look at the time. 20 seconds remaining only. That's going to go much quicker than they are doing right now. 15 seconds should be enough to get the bomb down. But if Perfecto gets a couple of very vital frags, that's going to be a lot of difference. He tries to get one more. But unfortunately, Shiro stays alive. And this is a very tough round for Bit nonetheless, despite it's a 1-on-2. It doesn't have defuse kits, but there should be some lying on the ground. Believe it or not, but this is usually the case when you're having a full buy. That was the case for NAVI. Bit standing with an AUG. He's about to come out against an AWB. Oh my god, he's going for the check. He's gonna get it! Bit with 2 kills to clutch out this round. Nice job by the kid. 7 rounds by NAVI, and this is about to be 8. Gambit with 5 remain at the spot they've acquired in the previous. This time around, it was a very good attempt indeed, but Bit and audacity and game awareness to go for that kind of a check as well. To get down NAVI up there, that was a very nice frag. A very nice clutch by Bit. This is the right time to call out a tactical pause. This is their first one. They don't have a lot to lose. They are having 3 more in the back, so this is the right time to peek it out and talk things through. Get the conversation going, decide how much more can we get? What are the tools to pick up the 9th or maybe the 10th rounds? If this happens, Navi are having a very huge lead, like 4-round lead or even 4 or 5-round lead is a very huge one on Ancient. That's going to give them a lot of confidence, of course. That will also rely on how Navi play on the T side, because normally T side is a little bit harder to play on. City has statistically better advantage over the T's. Hobbit coming out on top of the spray down. Simple looks for the shot. He will get it through the wall. This is a still advantage, a man advantage for Gambit, favoring them. 30 HP left on the NAVI side. He's having only 3 kills in this game. Hobbit up to 15. I mean, this guy is on a roll right now. Nobody from Navi can brag about that kind of performance. Simple. Oh, he tries to confront Gambit in this round, but this is very, very unfeasible. Since he is in a 1 versus 3, he's got an op in his hands, but you know, this should be a safe call from this point on. They don't have that much money to work with, so it's gonna come down to the last round of this half. Also picks up a smoke on the way through. Has his eyes sharp on that spot. Instantly spots it out and makes sure it is in his belt. Will be allowed to save his AWP. Nobody from Gambit to hunt him down. Their economy is also quite murdered, so they've got to keep it healthy as well. Intros just passed by Simple, and this is the save successfully established by Navi and by Gambit as well, so nobody losing, neither of the players. 6 rounds for Gambit. Navi are on the 8th. And, you know, an AWP onto Simple. Navi don't have enough money to rebuy. They are going for the upgraded pistols all around the board. And only an AWP to play with. That's going to be centered over the middle to watch it on the low range. 3 of the members are setting on the B-bomb. So that is a very nice nade to start off the things. Especially when you are having only pistols to work with. Boomich with a pit to 50. That's going to alleviate some things if he comes into a 1-on-1 duel against NAVI, who is slightly bruised. He hasn't repositioned himself as well, but there are a couple of more players to defend him if necessary. That AWP has been spotted, I believe. Hobbit. Information gathered, but they are not yet fully aware of how the actual buy from Navi looks like. They may have a read on that, but they've got to confirm that. As soon as Navi start shooting out the bullets out of their gun bellers, out of their pistols to be more precise, Gambit will instantly know what they're up to. Okay, Shiro gets himself 1 frag, but he's been tagged down to 14 despite getting a refrag. So far, looking good for Navi. They've also forced Gambit to grind the clock down to 30 seconds. I do believe Bit is about to realize that nobody's on A, and this is a B attack rather being prepared by Gambit. A smoke, another one deployed. A peek by Intros, but it's a dry one. No flashbang to cover off Simple, and he's got 2 kills to his name. 8 seconds left, and they gotta go quicker with the bomb plants. Here he comes, just in the nick of time, behind the tomb. Successfully ensured, but Exile has been dropped down to 15 HP, straight through the limbs of his teammates. Simple connects the shot, but it is still a 2-on-2 Bit coming out of the CZ75 shot. Shiro on 14 HP, but he's not able to connect another shot. Unfortunately, that goes the 9th round for Na'Vi, and Gambit persist on the 6th. We're gonna make this one move slightly to a very short break. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the ultimate Counter-Strike event of the year, the Blast Premier World Final. 8 of the world's greatest teams from across the spectrum of Tier 1 Counter-Strike come together in a titanic clash to crown the undisputed champion of 2021. 12 Blast Premier member teams will start their journeys to greatness in the season group stage, where they will battle it out in 3 groups of 4. The top 6 performing teams will automatically qualify for the season final. The remaining 6 teams will be cast into the showdown, where they must fight for survival in a brutal single elimination format. Whilst there, they will each be joined by top global teams by way of exclusive invitation. Further additional teams will join the fight thanks to Blast Premier Qualifiers, a new set of regional tournaments making it truly open for all. Victors of the showdown will secure their place in the season final to join their 6 adversaries. Here, the 8 finalists will go head-to-head in a double elimination knockout. Whichever team triumphs over their rivals in the season finals will automatically qualify for the Blast Premier World Final, getting ever closer to claiming their chance of being crowned the undisputed Team of the Year. The champions of both the spring and fall seasons will be joined by exceptionally skilled teams, including winners of the CS:GO Major, ESL Pro Leagues, as well as the team who tops the global leaderboard. The global leaderboard is a year-long point-scoring system that takes into account the performance of Counter-Strike teams from leading tournaments around the world. Teams accumulate points by winning matches and progressing as far as possible in these selected events. Teams hoping to qualify through the global leaderboard will have until November 28th to claim as many points as they can in a number of events, including both Blast Premier seasons and several leading tournaments. In the event of any duplicate winners, spots will be opened up to those who have fought their way to the top end of the leaderboard. These 8 champion teams come together for one last battle as they face off for a prize pool of $1 million. Who will go the distance and be crowned your Blast Premier World Final champion? Join us on the journey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9-6 at the end of the first half. Second half is coming up, and it will be now Gambit on the CT.
Na'Vi finish it off in a 9-6 score line on the first half. A very nice battle between Na'Vi and Gambit on this one. It went pretty close in Dust 2 as well. Now, I don't want to see that pissing the same way, because Na'Vi, they want to seal away with a very easy victory on Ancient. They don't want to make it to overtime or even a 14-14 scoreline as we saw on Dust 2. Well, they will get a very easy access to the B-bomb side, actually, just jumping through, limping all the way through the choke points, and nobody from Gambit has faced them. These are 5-on-5 post-plant scenario already in the cards. No frags. No frags coming through just yet, but there's one established by Electronic. NAVI takes Simple off this round. Bit coming out with one of his own. But here comes the rest of the defense pack. The bomb has been tapped, but they don't have any defuse kits. That's going to be 10-second defuse. Bit will take him down. Exile tries to tap them out with his USPS, but oh my god, Na'Vi. Just easily taking everybody down. They swooped into B completely unscathed, with nobody to trouble them over that side. Just an easy access with the Glocks. Also very nice position in the smoke to prevent Gambit from taking early shots. And this results in the 10th round for them on the T side. As they switch up the sides for Deagles. That's going to be provided for Gambit. And 157 on NAVI. 2 smokes left to work with. A nade and a flashbang. So it's not a lot really, but should be enough to keep NAVI away from executing some part of the map for time. For a short period of time. Shiro protects his ground with a deagle, eventually backs off to a safer position. That's going to be here, and the shots going against him. Simple take him down. Boomich as well. Getting a string of kills. NAVI just like that. Easily taking the A-bomb side under their control. Not allowing Gambit to capitalize by any means. Smoke is about to dissipate. NAVI is going to be able to pick up 1 frag the very least, but that's going to be a back off at the end of the day. No more found. At least some damage onto NAVI. They've done 1 more, but this shouldn't be legally feasible for the retake. NAVI, another frag, perfecto. Is he going to be dropped down at the end of explosion? Oh yes, he will. And they will also recover those weapons lying on the floor. 1 Galil and an AK-47. That is a very huge scoop up by them, considering the fact they were like 2 versus 4 with only pistols, and they managed to bring everybody down. That is a very nice damage to their economy, and now they are going for the full buy. Imagine if those weapons hadn't been saved, this buy would have looked a lot more different. This is a little bit troublesome for NAVI as they are going pretty much against exactly the same weapons. Scout onto Shiro. No scout for NAVI, and that is not necessary if you're on the T side. But more or less the same weapons. Galil's, Mac-10s. Gambit are having a slight upper hand, I would say. An AK-47 and M4A4 way better against fully equipped SMGs and rifles. Electronic will take down Shiro with the scouts. That was a very nice tag out of Simple in the beginning, but there has to be something more. Gambit, NAVI, and Intro is approaching every bit closer, but that's going to be Intro taken out of equation. NAVI, the only man standing alive, and he's got no rights to serve as a clutch master in this round. Okie dokie. Hang on a second, I was going to say, because that could be a clutch of itself. But no, the last player of NAVI to take him down. I couldn't expect him to get 2 more frags out of this one. Yeah, that was a really nice visual clue gathered by Electronic as he took his feet atop of the box. Got over his enemy from the top grounds, and gifted the keys to the A-bomb side for NAVI in the round number 18. Now we are into the 19th, a round where Gambit are heavily out in terms of economy. They are having only 2 Deagles, CZ-75, 1 USPS, and a P250. There is 1 frag from Gambit collected, but 4 of the full HP players from NAVI are still alive on the map. which can be problematic. NAVI manages to pick up an AK-47 that will be dropped over to Shiro and then on to Intrus. He's been the player gaming with armor as it comes down to half buys, to eco rounds, whatever you call it. He's been the one buying armor whilst leaving the rest completely naked. Okay, Hobbit will be matched on the A-bomb set. That is a straight push by Navi. No time wasting. They get themselves onto the A-bomb set and about to plant the bomb down. This is going to be an easy one. Nobody from Gambit to bother them in terms of that one. NAVI coming in through the tunnel and will be faced off by Electronics. So easy as that. Navi pick up the 13th rounds, and they are just 3 away from making this map fall into their piggy bank. Gambit, it will take 7 rounds to tie up the score line. They're having a fuel in their tank. That's definitely the case. Nobody doubts that, but this is yet to be answered as we get into the next round. Intrus will be managed to save an AK-47. Very nice loss bonus for them. Will allow to go for the full buy in the round number 20. Countdown begins, and we are about to jump straight into the action. 3 AKs for Navi, 1 Galil, and a MAC-10. A lot of utility present as well. Gambit's buy looking better. Shiro is playing with an AWP as well. He's been given that privilege to play with the big sniper rifle over on B. Will be accompanying the party with 2 more players. That is Intrus and NAVI. NAVI watching down the ramp, slightly jiggle picking. Electronic in the meantime will be tagged down to 15 HP. That is a lot of damage inflicted onto Navi in the early beginning of this round, which is not something to point out by positive means. I wouldn't say it is the case at all. Electronic is very low. Simple will be shut down on the other side of the map as well. Nothing for Navi just now, but Bit has something to say about that over the A-bomb side. He removes the first player out there, but there is Hobbit standing in the donut area. Intrus as well to rotate over. There is a smoke line in front, but he's going to flash himself into the site. Here he comes. 1 point is passed. Complete. Tries to get the spray down through the smoke. That is a non-successful attempt, but maybe he's got another chance. The bomb is not being committed, and this looks like a round for Gambit indeed. The 7th. Navi do crumble. Wow. What a great spin by NAVI to get the frag out of the back player. A really nice one to see. The mechanical movement from this man is definitely up to snuff. Gambit, wow, they are opting for the shotgun up close. That's not going to see any impact in this one. Exile dropped out of the server already. Bit reads that down to perfection. Realizes that he could be up close with an XM. With an XM, yeah. Yeah, you don't often see that weapon bought up in the game. You normally see a Max 7 or maybe Nova, but XM can be deemed as a bit of a nuisance. Now bought up slightly more nowadays in the Counter-Strike. It wasn't the case just a couple of years ago, I guess. I mean, there has been a lot of switches in what kind of weapons teams prefer to use. Like the Krieg time, the Arc time as well. These were like phenomenal times for the CS arena. Phenomenal years. Now we are already reads off. Any SGs, any AUGs. These are only standard casual weapons like AK-47s and M4A4s. Native will be still in this conversation as well. SSG, you can count on it in some of the rounds as you are playing with the force buy. So still a very heavy weapon that can be worth for a job.
I'd be very mad if I was Hobbit. I feel like he must have thought he had the better fight right there. They're not going to find Shiro. They're not really even trying.
NAVI get up to the 14th. Shiro to save his AWP into the next round. But is it enough? NAVI are looking, well, they are definitely looking better on Ancient, I should say. It wasn't quite the same on Dust 2. I would say the Dust 2 was a very back and forth game. It was very hard to predict who's going to come out on top at times. There wasn't any breathing room for neither of the teams to take a deep seep of oxygen, try to relax a little bit, try to go against eco rounds or bed buys in a row. No, just back-to-back rounds all the way through. The scoreline is halved. Gambit, it will require 7 rounds to pick up and tie up the scoreline. If Navi pick up this round, you can already say that the 16th round knocks on the door after this one. Hobbit with a quick aggression down the middle. He's going to spray them down at a lot of damage. Not to the Hobbit side, but rather to Navi's. That aggression Navi didn't see coming at all. Finally pays off for Gambit. 4 and 5. Navi are instantly slowed down. They cannot pop their heads out. They know there is a danger nearby. Finally, this position has been abandoned. About how much time are they able to waste here? Waiting and hoping for the mistake to be done by Gambit. They've got to make a move that's going to be flashed in. No one seen up close. Gambit abandoned this position, which is also a very nice idea. I like that. You've done the first opening frag. You've also inflicted a fair bit of damage on the Navi. Hobbit knows that is the case. Hobbit knows that at least one player is half. Or it may be lower. We know that Electronic is on 9 HP and Simple is on 31, so whatever the case, oh my god, that's gonna make things even worse. Another big nade to chip them down to almost a limit. To the very minimum of HP they can possibly have. Shiro whips the shot, and this is gonna be a bomb plan delivered. Nicely done by Navi. They are still hanging on to the edge, 3 on 3. I mean, this HP, it doesn't look well, but Simple coming in with a frag. That is a very nice one. My lord, don't tell me this is gonna fall apart for Gambit. Simple with another pickup. He grinds them all down. Oh my god. I mean, this shouldn't be going Navi's way whatsoever. It should have been Gambit's any way. Every day of the week. And this is again just an example of how much and one player can do, of how much of an army he can be. Talking about Simple, he's the man who can shine, and he shined in this round. The man who picked up 3 kills, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even more, maybe even 4. Mark me if I'm wrong. But that was an incredible performance by him in the previous round. Just gifted them the 15th. Now Gambit with 4 FAMASes straight on the board, in terms with an M4A4. I'm really surprised that most of better weapons or armor go in the way of intros. Why are they setting up this way? You normally see Exile being the best, aimer on the server, being a very high performer, or Hobbit for that matter. Navi snatch out 2 opening frags over Gambit. Hobbit tries to make a move, a very ambitious one. He spots the limbs, gets the frag, nicely toned. Gets into the party, fully involved, but unfortunately he will be down. Boomich getting the frag along with Perfecto, and this is going to be an easy round for Navi. I don't think Exile can possibly scramble back. It is going to be the 16th round for Navi indeed. They pick up their opponent's pick just as Gambit did, but in a bit easier fashion, I should say. That wasn't very easy for Gambit on the first map, but this time around Navi pick up in a pretty smooth fashion, just 16-7, close it out their favor. That was a very, very nice game. Seeing Simple step up just as he does. Okay, we'll be giving it out for the dissection on the desk, but after a very short break.